Hello, I'm your host, Karl Meneghella, welcoming you to Season 2 of Coffee with Karl. This season, I'm really excited that we continue with our idea of having visiting experts, both locally and internationally, as they share their wisdom, knowledge, and experience on ideas both big and small. A new initiative this season will be our casual coffee conversations. These will be impromptu, unscripted conversations where we pull at an idea and see where it leads us. Another exciting aspect that I'm really looking forward to is our town hall style forums, a chance for our visiting experts to engage with students and together unpack some more contemporary issues, a way of engaging and broadening our reach and giving more people a voice. So I'm very excited about Season 2 and I look forward to seeing you with Coffee with Karl. Thank you. Bradley, hello again. How are you?
Good to see you, Karl. Happy to be back.
Thank you.
On Coffee with Karl again.
I like the plug. I have a plug for you. I'm an avid reader of your books. And would you please autograph this one? This is Role, a diagnostic approach to performance, written by Bradley. I'd be very honoured if you would autograph that for the university, please. So today we're going to obviously be learning about role and about our own development. This is very valuable for everyone. Thank you so much. Could you tell us a bit about the book and about our topic today?
There's a story behind this, Karl. I was on a training program in IIM Bangalore, Institute of Management Bangalore. So the course coordinator was Dr. Agrawal. So there were people from different parts of Asia attending that. So I with some other Sri Lankans, we were attending this program. So at lunch, I was having lunch, he walked in with his plate and my seat in front was vacant. He said, can I sit here? I said, of course you can. And then he sat down with me and so, you are? I said, I'm Bradley from Sri Lanka. Right, Bradley. So where do you work? I said, I work at Commercial Bank. Okay, what's your role? I said, senior manager. He said, that's your designation.
Hang on, that's your designation. Go on.
What is your role in the company?
Right, as in what do you do?
Then I said, my role is to increase efficiency in the operations of the bank, including cost-income ratios to be improved, utilization of assets, deployment of staff, resourcing. So that's when I realized there's much deeper meaning to the word role than designation. Now you ask in a class, I used to tell them in a class, okay, tell me your name and your role. And 99% of them will say, I'm Mr. So-and-so and I am Senior Executive Marketing. I am Chief somebody. So
they're giving you their name and title, their designation.
But I asked them for the role and then said, how many of you guys are married? And how many of you are fathers? Okay, tell me.
The role, yes.
Then they say, my role is to provide for my children, to guide them. So you tell what you do.
Okay.
But not the designation.
So if we look at that in the context of the university here, for example, we have a very good friend, Mr. Darat Kim. His designation is Director of the Leadership Academy.
Yes.
So his role is mentoring students, developing capacity, developing content, curriculum design, so all the responsibilities. Okay. So then if you go even higher, the rector, the role becomes visionary, establishing a vision, establishing a culture. So all of us have a role.
We don't get that. Now, for example, see, in the book I talk about an actor. So if you ask, so what do you do? So I'm an actor. But they play so many roles in their career.
Of course, yes. I can relate to that.
Right. So how do you say someone has given a fantastic performance?
What a great role they portrayed in that movie or something.
So you basically forget the actor.
Yes.
You remember the character.
Yes. So for me, I don't think of Harrison Ford, I think of Indiana Jones,
yes,
the character.
Yeah.
And so his job was to bring that role to life. I see. Okay.
So
yes.
either you hate him to death,
Yes, or you love him. Yeah,
you love
whichever
him.
one. Yes,
So,
absolutely.
so when a script is given to the actor, he would ask the director, "What do you want me to do?"
Yes.
He will say, "I want the audience to hate you to death."
Yep, yep. And so then he or she will manifest that
That's
in the role.
So you manifest that, you create the vision of that role, you read the characteristic of the role, and you bring it to life. It is only when you say you performed.
Yes, and that's why you win the award for the best performance or whatever,
Yeah,
because
because
bringing
you
that role
go
to life.
So same thing happens in workplaces. A lot of us, it's good for students to understand now, there are so many things that will influence the role. If you take an actor, they create a scene.
Yes,
And the director will brief you the scene.
yes,
This is the environment in which this is happening. So what knowledge should you have to perform? You got to have a knowledge of, say Meryl Streep played Margaret Thatcher in that movie.
yes.
She spoke like
Thatcher.
magic.
But even the intonation of the way she spoke,
The
so not just the
accent.
accent, but the delivery or whatever, I
So
get
you
it.
have to learn the role. There's knowledge about the role. Yes, you understand knowledge is not academic knowledge. When I say you got to have knowledge about the role, how did Margaret Thatcher move about? How did she talk? How did she respond in debates?
Yep.
So you had to understand the knowledge of the role, what it will look like at the end of it.
I think I need to read this book.
Please do. Please do. Because
Yes.
so what we don't do is when you are given a role, the end is also told to the actor, I want them to hate you. Meryl Streep should not be seen, and watch that movie, you only see Margaret Thatcher.
Yes, you don't see Meryl Streep. Yes.
You don't see Meryl Streep, and who was the actress? You wouldn't know. So there is knowledge about your role in terms of its characteristics, what you should bring out, and you need to have skill.
Yes.
A particular
So
role
that
has
you're
certain
being an actor,
skill
yes.
to bring that out. Then the environment, you must understand. If you brought an example of the head of Leadership Academy, you got to understand the environment in which you are running this
Yes.
academy.
Yes.
Right? So whether you engage our own students, our teachers, because leadership is not only for students.
Yes, yes, exactly.
It is for the teachers, administrative staff, even your corporate clients.
And that's why they have success with the academy, for example, because they understand the role and bring all that to bear on the students.
So
Yes.
your skill set. Now, for example, I again talk about in this way, when a girl becomes a wife, the role changes,
Yes. Yes.
right? And when the wife becomes a mother,
The role changes.
the role changes. And what skills, you've been married for long, I can ask you, what skills did you acquire when you got married?
I've certainly learned more about patience.
Yes.
I've learned more about collaboration, certainly much more than when I was single. And I married late. So I married at 55.
That's youth.
Yeah. So I had to do a lot of learning. But yes, I can see that. So my role as a husband is different to my role as a teacher, which is different as my role as a brother. Yes, I think I'm getting it.
So we have different roles in a day, Karl.
Yes, yeah.
So the environment.
Sorry, in a day.
You're
How?
a husband, you're a father,
of course,
you're
yes,
a
yes,
teacher.
yes, yeah.
So we have different roles. You take a Bollywood actor, he would do first morning hours in a particular movie, he's a bad guy. And next 6 hours he'll do is a father, very loving father. So you got to shift. So every time that's what you said, you got to diagnose your role. So designation different from diagnostic.
Yes.
So if you diagnose your role in terms of what it should look like, and
you get more out of it. Yes.
then you get more out of it. So obviously the knowledge about the particular character has to come out.
Yes.
The skills that you need to have, just like you said, when I became a husband, the skills are different. When you become a mother, your skills are further different. I used to ask my friends, so what skills did you learn when you got married? We learned to say yes even when we were not listening. Right?
I like it.
So there are things that, because why you want to support and sustain that institution. You get value.
So if we bring that back to our students, back to our audience, they have roles. They have a role as a son or a daughter. and that role is different to their role as a student. They might be involved in teamwork. Their role changes to a team member. They might be a big brother or big sister to a younger sibling, so they become a mentor or a guide. They might be the youngest in the family, so their roles are changing. I think coupled with roles then is code switching, because I know that when I'm here, my vocabulary, my acting, my way of being is different than if we're at a pub together talking. It's different, right? If I'm going to a function, a formal function, I'll put on a suit and tie. If I'm going to an informal one, it's board shorts and a t-shirt. So we change our code switching. Is there anywhere where there's a marriage between role, performance and responsibility?
See, what happens is, once you are given a role, we begin to behave. So there are 4 factors that will influence your role. I said environment, knowledge,
Yes.
skill and attitude.
Right.
A father attitude, a husband attitude,
Yes.
a child attitude. There are 4 things that will determine your role. The sad part is, I have my own definition.
Ah, yes.
Take a wife. If you ask her what's the role of a wife, she will give her own definition. But who else will tell her definition? Mother-in-law will tell you, husband will tell you, other husband and wife will tell you, culture will tell you, religion will tell you what a role is. So look at the confusion.
Yes, yeah, very.
So when a mother-in-law says this is your role, what is she actually saying? She is stating expectation. When a husband says this is your role, so people have role expectations. And you have your own diagnosis. They have their expectation. Can you imagine the conflict? So you said performance. I think before performance, we begin to behave. So there's a line between behavior and performance.
Yes.
So we all behave as a husband, as a child, as a
brother,
wife,
a
brother. So,
yes.
So once you get this, you begin to behave in that particular position.
Yep.
So when does it become performance? So there is a bridge that you need to cross.
Okay.
So there are 2 ends to this pole. One is an organizational objective. Other one is your personal objective. So organized, you will have goals and objectives. Goals are long-term, objectives are short-term.
Yes.
Personally, you have your visualization of what your future will look like and what it means to you. What it means to you. So when these things are clear to you, then you begin to perform. Until such time, you will be behaving in the job.
Yes.
You say, I have a title, I come here, okay, I had to do this, I had to sign the document, da.
But those kind of people are often overlooked for promotion because they're actually not performing.
They're not performing.
So there's something again which is very valuable, is not just do the job, going through the rote motions of doing the job, but actually looking at how can I maximize my role in this? What can I do in performance? What, the verbs, what are my doing actions that I can do to really embrace this role, which means I improve my performance? Okay, very good.
There's one word for that. Now you said, when I watch a movie, sometimes we walk out of the movie, we still carry that character with us.
Yes.
We still feel the emotions and we sometimes feel still upset about it. Certain incidents in the movie. What have they done to you? They have impacted you.
Yes, I see that. It's actually impacted. I now have an opinion or a feeling, yes?
So the point that you made earlier is if we are to be performing, then there has to be impact to the company, to the people around you, and to yourself. You come here and you work for 10 years, if it had no impact on you, then you have not been performing.
Yes.
I used to ask people when I do interviews, Karl, so tell me about your experience. What do you think the answer is?
The name of the jobs they had as opposed to
And
what
the
they
number
did.
of years.
Yes.
So I have 10 years of experience. I said, sorry, that's your attendance.
Yes.
Can you tell me about your experience? But experience, not what you got. I want to know what the company experienced
Yes.
during your 10-year presence.
So I have something here for our audience. It's called STAR. And a lot of our audience will be required to do CVs, for example, for jobs they want to apply for. So here's a little takeaway, which you've actually just brought home to me now, how relevant it is. I hadn't thought of it before. I thought of it as just being a methodology. But now I actually see value in it, or more value in it.
STAR is situation, task, action, result.
Yes.
So in your CV, rather than saying I've had 10 years experience as a manager, instead you could identify a situation that existed.
Absolutely.
And then the task that was required to
Overcome
fix that,
that,
yeah,
yes.
the actions you took and the result. So it might have been, the situation was I was losing my workers to another organisation. The task was to try and re-engage the workers. The action was to develop some promotional pathways, to do skills upskilling, to develop loyalty programs, and the result was the retention of staff. If I sell that in my CV, I have more chance of getting the job I want rather than just saying 5 years experience as a manager. This is valuable stuff.
So it's a CV is not a data sheet.
Yes,
A CV is a value proposition to the company.
yes. And if we highlight our role rather than our designation, what we did, the actions we took.
And what value I can bring
And the
to
value, yes, of
organization.
course.
So you must look at your CV not as a data document, but it has a value proposition. I mean, marketers will know what a value proposition is.
Yes.
But if you can write your CV as a value proposition,
Could we stay there for a second? A value proposition. So what you're saying then is you're basically going to write your CV proposing your value, because you're going to be competing with other people, right? So you're going to show them, you're going to say, employ me because.
yes.
Give me the job because. I like it. I think our students will like that as well.
So this is what we should change, because once you write a value proposition, you're definitely going to get called for the interview.
Well, and that's the other thing. If you're not getting called for interviews, your CV is at fault, because that's the only part of the process you have complete control over. So if your CV is not resulting in the phone ringing, you need to revisit the CV. And I think people have this myth about one CV being for every job. And really, a CV, the data might stay the same, contact details, all that, but the CV, the body of it, needs to be custom built for the job. If the job's, the job is what you want to get, you need to show the employer that
The value.
you can target, yes, the roles and responsibilities, and that you add value.
The value that you will bring. So you're right. So if I'm applying for job A, what is the value proposition for job A?
Yes.
What's the value proposition for job B? So you cannot
And it's
have,
different.
So the first half of it can be static data.
Yes, yes.
The rest has to be customized.
Yes,
Right. So again, it comes down to role. So if you diagnose the role, then you write the CV right.
yes,
Right. At interviews, people don't ask the interviewer, so what's expected from me in this role?
yes.
Like an actor would ask the director, so what's expected? And we don't do that even during our annual appraisals. At the time of setting goals, I mean, we don't use the word goal setting anymore in the current language. We call it expectation setting.
Yeah,
Right.
I like that.
So once you set expectation, now I would take the wife and the mother-in-law, husband, society, church. They're all setting expectations of a wife.
Yes.
So same happens at work.
So that's why then, sorry, I should rephrase that. Is that why organisations will put in a JDF, a job description framework, to give you more opportunity to see what the job involves, so that you can address that framework and show what you can add?
Yes.
Got it. Okay, this is something valuable.
One step further. Now the script is given.
Yes.
That's your JD.
Yes,
But the actor will still ask.
yes. Yep. How do you want me to portray this scene? Yep, I get it.
So you got to go that deeper step. We take that and, okay, this is my JD. No, that's your script.
Yep.
But your performance is when you bring life to that script.
Which is why some movies, people say the movie was very wooden, it was very unnatural. And other movies, you don't even think of the actor as the character.
And the worst, and more so, you take it with you.
Yes?
You're so stressed, you're driving home still thinking about what happened in the movie.
Yeah.
So the performance is impact.
Yep.
So if you don't diagnose your role, you cannot make an impact.
Yes, yes. I get it.
Be it family, be it work, be it among friends, be it in this conversation.
And be invested in it. Not just being physically, but being invested.
Bring it to
yes.
life.
I like it. Mr. Bradley, again, a real pleasure.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Take a read.
I shall do, and I would recommend this for any of the students. It's in the library, and you can also follow Mr. Bradley Emerson online as well.
Thank
you
you.
very much. Thank you so much for joining me with Coffee with Karl. I hope you had a chance to gain some new knowledge and insights, and perhaps together
we can wake up our thinking. Thank you.